Hi, welcome to Starting Today with Sherry. Today's video is a follow-up video to our family budgeting. Now, I put out this other video that really dove into how we as a family do our budgeting, all of the categories, and what we normally spend in a month's time. But the second video is talking about what we do when we earn more money than we have budgeted for our general expenses. So if you haven't seen that other one, you might want to check it out first. But if not, it doesn't really matter. We have a unique situation in our family because we have flexible income with all of our different side hustles. And we decided a long time ago that we want to do things that will motivate us and get us excited about earning that extra money. So, what we decided to do is after we have paid all of the bills, after everything has been taken care of in our regular budget, we then have other side categories that we do percentages for. Now, granted, this might be a little complicated for some people, but I'm telling you, for us, this has made budgeting fun and it has made us excited to see what our numbers are every month. So let me go over the different categories that we have and the percentages to kind of explain what we do as a family. So starting off, let's just have a scenario where after we have paid all of our bills in our regular budget, we have $1,000. What do we do with that $1,000? We like to give every dollar a name of where it's supposed to go. And so we have come up with different categories and different percentages that we take that $1,000 and we split it up. And so here are the categories that we have at this time. Starting off, our first category is our travel expenses. And we are putting 15% of any extra money into this bucket. And travel expenses, especially, we are really excited. We have been really saving up for a trip this coming summer where we're going to go to Florida. And so we have a goal of what we believe we need to have in that category. And then we are really close to that. We're really close to that. So we've been saving about 15% of any extra money we have that goes to that. And we've been watching that grow. And that includes travel for little short trips too. In the summertime, we often go boating with our family members, go camping, things like that. And so whenever we do a little travel, a little vacay, whatever, it comes from that travel category, and that travel category gets added to anytime we make over our basic needs. So the second highest category we put money into is our extra for our car. So our normal car budget is a set amount, and no matter what, every month we put in that for the car, and it hits our car repairs and savings. But we also know that we have aspirations of buying different vehicles, as vehicles get old, as you decide you want something that fits better with your lifestyle. So it is our plan to pay cash for any future vehicles. So we have our general budget, which is from the last video for car fund. Anything above our budget, we then take 10% and also adds to that car fund. The next category is extra for the mortgage. This is something new that we added because we really want to work on paying down our mortgage. And it's very motivating to see your payment, how that extra payment affects the overall amount of money that you're putting for your mortgage. And I'm actually going to have a video talking about how we are seeing that and what our goal. It's one of my big goals that I have is saving $100,000 on our 30-year loan. And so I'm going to dive into that more. But for right now, we are putting an extra 10% of our overage to the mortgage. The next category is the income tax category. Again, in my previous video, I said that income tax is basically considered a regular category for our expenses. But because income tax is kind of based on how much money you're making. We just have created a generic amount that we're setting aside. That is going to be 10% as well. If you're new to my channel, you don't know too much about our situation. My husband is really the only one in our family that gets like regular taxes taken out of his income because he has a regular job. As a server, I only get taxes taken out of just that base pay that I have, which is $2.13 an hour. And then as a DoorDash delivery or eBay seller, all those different things that I do, I have to be responsible for my taxes at the end of the year. Now, granted, there are a lot of tax deductions and expenses that we track throughout the year. That's why we have an accountant. That's why we have somebody who gives us guidance and helps us with our taxes, because I don't want to mess up on them. But last year was the first year that we ended up having to pay taxes outside of the money that is already taken out of our incomes. And so we want to make sure that we have extra money to save aside for the end of the year. So 10% goes into that category. Our next category is our gift category. Right now it is 6%, and that of course pays for birthday gifts and special things for anybody, any gift wise, a baby shower, whatever might come up. We have noticed now we are getting into the month of November. Christmas is going to be coming soon, and we realize we don't have a lot in that gift fund right now. And so we are going to be changing these percentages to kind of reflect where we're at in all of these. If we find that one category is getting too heavy, I guess, if you want to say it, and we have other needs, we will fluctuate things. And all of these categories, the money rolls over and rolls over until we like have little savings accounts, little buckets for each of these categories. So gifts is one that we will be changing soon. Another category we have is dining out. That is a 5% category. A lot of times that gives us about $100 or so per month to go out to eat. Again, it all depends on how much income we're bringing in. Once we hit our general expenses, anything above that gets separated into each of these categories. Our next category is our 5% is entertainment for adults. And we have that for anything that we kind of do, like date night, movies, things like that, could fit underneath the entertainment category. The next one is our home projects. That category is 5%. Right now, we have been saving on our home projects. So rarely do we spend out of this category, because we have a room in our house that we would like to put French doors on, and we want to make that kind of into an office. It was like kind of a sitting room type place. So right now we're pretty close to having saved enough money to get those French doors installed pretty soon, and that's something that we want to keep on supplementing throughout the year to save up for each of those projects. We live in an older house, and we definitely have a lot of home projects that we want to accomplish, but we got to do them one by one. Our next category is, we have something also new, and that's funding a Roth IRA for myself. My husband has investment opportunities through his job, and we just decided we wanted to diversify our investments a little bit more. So we are going to start a Roth IRA for the first time for me. I have an old retirement card. We have some stuff talked about our retirement in another video, and we will dive into retirement opportunities later. But right now we have that as 5%. And then we have our fun categories, which are our treat ourselves categories. So my husband and I decided that this is the best option for us. And I think it works really good, especially, when you're talking about people working together, bringing their finances together. Sometimes there's conflict on like who spends what, and oh, you went and spent this money, or, oh, you went and spent this money, or maybe you even do like, well, this is my money, this is your money. We kind of decided that having fun money accounts for each of us gives us the opportunity to not be judged, not have to worry about what you want to spend on, and it's just yours to do with what you want. And so that category right now is 5% for him and 5% for me. I have to admit, I'm a person who likes to spend like little treats for myself, little goodies and things like that. I don't figure that those are part of, dining out or something like groceries, because if it's just a treat for me, I don't want to put that in the grocery fund. So he, on the other hand, he likes to save up for bigger things. I think his latest bigger purchase, he loves Legos. Yes, my husband loves to build Legos, and I think he got a Lego set. So that was something that he decided to buy with his fun money. So we each have 5% in that category. And we also have the next category is entertainment for the kids. So we have an adult entertainment category and we have a kids entertainment category. It's a little bit lower. It's 4%. And part of that is because we have the kids just 50% of the time in general. And so they also have other parents that are, entertaining them. And they also have very generous family members that sometimes do special things with them. So that's why the entertainment for the kids is a little bit lower. And then we have, again, another category, and that is something we're still kind of tinkering with. We're still trying to decide, and that is our kids' education. And that right now is 3%. Neither one of us came from backgrounds where we had like savings accounts for kids' education. Many years ago, my oldest child went off to college back in 2016. And at that time, we did not have money set aside, and I put quite a bit of my earnings towards helping with college expenses. I think college expenses, it's a really tricky thing, because for me, my history, my background was that my parents let me know that, hey, there's not going to be any money coming from us for education. That's all on you. And so I had to get scholarships. I had to get financial aid. I had to get Stafford loans and have college debt. Because we are a blended family, and the different lifestyles that each of us had in our previous marriages, there was never set up savings accounts or money really for education. So here we are at this point of our lives with kids heading off to college soon. And how do we do that? Well, all we can do right now is we're just going to start some savings and kind of see what scholarships and things end up being. And we might be adjusting that stuff as we go to try to decide how each parent is going to be contributing and how this is all going to work. So right now, 3% for kids' education. I know that was complicated. And so we have then another fun category. This is fun for me. It's called the Treat Others category. And my husband and I each have this category. We have right now budgeted 2.5% for each of us. And this for me is really important because I like to do things. I just like to give things for people. And it's nice to have my own little money for that, where I can, do something nice for somebody and know that I don't have to like ask my husband about it, or he doesn't have to ask me. So a lot of times we do, speak about our choices with our money together. But these little fun money funds, his Treat Yourself and my Treat Myself, and his Treat Others and my Treat Others, that's money that we can do whatever we want. There's no questions asked. So I might want to get Krispy Kreme donuts for the kids for Valentine's Day, just like little treats, little gifts. Maybe I want to take my mom out for dinner or something like that. That's my Treat Others fund. So then the other category we have is our alcohol category. So we're real about that. That's 2%. We do like to have a little cocktail here or there. My husband likes to have a beer, and we also sometimes like to socialize with friends. Maybe go out and have a drink sometimes. So we have a little fund for that entertainment, that alcohol category, and that's 2%. We have also just a generic emergency fund savings that we have. I know that for most people, emergency funds are way bigger. Because the way we do our budget, we have kind of rolled over all these categories. We always have like things kind of funded pretty well if an emergency would come up. But my husband wanted to add an additional emergency fund. So that right now is 2%. We have also a category for our fun things like our YouTube channel, and also we are filmmakers. So we just started dabbling in making films recently. It's a great hobby for us. And so we have a little fund for that, for equipment or for fees and different things, and hoping to explore more opportunities with those categories. So we have 2% in that. And our little baby last percentage category is our donation category. And that's just 1%. And that, of course, is donating to good causes. And just recently, I donated to a GoFundMe for the tragic death of a high school student that goes to school with the kids. And it's just nice to know that you have some money set aside where you see these opportunities to help somebody else out in need, and you can do that. Now, granted, this category right now is very small. And a lot of our categories like seem pretty small, but our hope is that as we increase our incomes, as we hit our financial goals with increasing our incomes, these categories will start growing pretty quickly, even though they seem small. And as our finances change, as kids start moving out, as we see life changes happen, then I know that our budgets will just constantly be altered. And so I hope at some point our donation category will be more like 10%, and we can find the funds to make that happen. So that is how we take the money that doesn't fit in our basic like needs category budget. And again, if you want to see what that is, we do have put a link below in the description to that video explaining how we spend all of our money. But this situation and how we do our budget gives us some freedoms, it gives us knowledge, it gives us kind of like fun. So I know that if I'm earning extra money, I know that I'm going to see like our dining out category get bigger, and I'm going to see our travel category get bigger. And it makes me excited to earn that money because I know there's like fun opportunities. And I think that that's a great way to incentivize, pushing through, working that extra shift, or finding that other opportunity to bring in some extra income. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, like I said, my husband spent a bunch of time coming up with some spreadsheets where he has us all connected. And maybe someday we can figure out how to share that with other people, because I love it, love it, love it. It's just putting in numbers, and it does the math. It does everything, figures out at the end of the year. I mean, we have all these things connected. We can give our results for like year by year, month by month, and we see how we've been spending our money, where our money is going, all the things that really give you satisfaction that you're making your goals, you're hitting them, you're creating opportunities for your family, like going on a trip, or you're having that special time where you get to travel and see family. And that's what, to me, brings me so much joy. I can work together with my husband. We have a plan for our funds. We have a plan for the future. And it just makes me really happy. So have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if you have a chance. Check out some of these other videos. And if you have any comments below, be sure to do so.